What's good, YouTube? Antayami here, back at it again with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about a couple things. One, an extreme deck change. As you guys can tell by the thumbnail, you notice there's some cards in here that are missing. So don't let that shock you. I promise you, I feel like the deck is better without those cards. So I will explain once we get to that portion of the deck profile. Not only that, I'm also gonna give you guys the Cupsy combo, what it looks like now, and then also I'll give you guys a test hand so you guys can kind of see kind of like a thought process. I'll make sure to shuffle up a good test hand so it gives you guys more like variations. If it just shuffles up to be like the Cupsy combo again, I'll just reshuffle or something like that, right? Also, to give you guys a little bit of how good the deck is doing. I've won literally every single matchup. I could probably do those as replays in the future videos. But I'm also master on Omega. I'm at like 1600 or something, like 1650, whatever. It's gonna pop up on the screen. But yeah, I'm actually a master playing this deck, and I gained like I think 400 points playing this version of the deck, and I wanted to make sure that it was like correct. And so far, it's been doing really well. Like I said, I won every single matchup, and the hardest matchup for me is not even Draco Tail, it's freaking VS, because sometimes they just open so good that you just can't beat them sometimes, right? So, yeah. And I won't be revealing the side deck because I don't like doing side decks in videos like this. I like it if I go to a tournament and it's like an actual deck profile from a tournament. So I'm be going to a regionals this Sunday. So you guys will see like my side deck patterns and what cards I'm using to take in, take out, and what cards I'm using. I will give you this. I am side decking Nib at the moment, and I am playing 3 Purrely's in the side. The rest of it, I'll leave it up to you guys. So anyway, let's go ahead and start into the deck profile. So of course, we're gonna start with a non-engine. You guys already know how my channel goes. We're playing 15 this time. Before it was 16, but there's a reason why it's only 15 now. I'm playing triple Fua, triple Ogre, triple Veiler, triple Droll, and then triple Ash. These hand traps become infinitely more powerful because of how I'm playing cards in my extra deck now. So yeah, 15 of these. I'm not gonna go over why they're important, but I feel like they give you a good round coverage of every single matchup, at least in game one, because again, we didn't get a ban list, and it's very, you know, Strikers is getting more popular. When it gets more Lunar Lights, you know, then you still got the Ryziel decks. You still got like, it's so many decks, right? So you just had to cover for everything, and it's just hard. But yeah, those are the hand traps I'm currently using at the moment. Next, we're gonna go into the Yummy package here. Of course, we're still playing triple of the Cupsies, best one to start with, and then it's not supposed to be double Lollipop. It's supposed to be double Cookie, but I only have one Cookie since I haven't really been traveling to locals and stuff as recently. So yes, I guess it could be double Lollipop if you like Lollipop more, but I like these cards being at 6 because you get to see them more. And again, we're gonna talk about it in the extra deck of why I upped the count of these cards, because yeah, we'll talk about it when we get there. But yeah, I like the 6 count because they're just really strong extenders plus starters, so very good on that. Of course, we played the 3 Yummy spells. This card is still insane. I actually, now with my new combo, I actually set this more than I do set this or activate this off the Snatchy effect. So yeah, actually I don't even go for minions to usually turn 1 unless it's the 1 card Yummy combo. Going into the Purrely's. So as you guys saw in the last profile, I'm only down to 1 per Lily. You only need 1. I think having 2 in this deck is training wheels. You can still play 2 if you feel really comfortable playing 2, but I think 1 is correct in this particular version. It gives you more non-engine space and gives you more freedom to do other things. And I think 3 of these are so mandatory because they're just really good bait cards. They're really, really good. And plus, you need Purrely names in your deck for your quick plays because you don't want your quick plays to be dead as well. So that's good. And of course, we're not going to explain these. Please, the 3 Konami. Please, the 3 Konami. And yeah, you just max out on all these. You play 10 E-teleports. So yeah, there's no reason to explain those. Those are pretty self-explanatory. And then you play the 1 My Friend. I think there was a comment before when I think I was running this card at 3. And then he was like, "You're playing too many my friend Purrelys," and by God, he's correct, because you really want to activate this card when you're searching it off of Purrely, because there's a 1 card, I guess 1.5 card combo. I think I showed off in another video where you go Purrely, search this with you special summon Purrely off the Sleepy, and it just binds into like a either you could draw 4 or draw 2 into a Noir combo. And activating this card too early can yield into like weird results, because you can't successfully do that combo correctly. You still can, but it's just like awkward. So one my friend is perfect. You don't really need the second my friend for follow-up, because if this card resolves and you set up things correctly, your opponent has to out this card, and there's so much pressure on the board that this card typically doesn't get out unless you're playing as like Draco Tail, because they will flames or whatever that fire dragon's called. I can't think of his name right now, but a lot of times you can protect this with happiness, and happiness can protect it at least once, but you really don't need a second one at all. But it depends on the situation, right? And then of course you're playing the 1 leap. I want to cut this card as much as possible. It's mandatory, so you can't cut this card, but my God, I feel like I draw this card literally the most out of all my cards. Okay, now going into the extra deck. Now this is the part where it gets really crazy, and I'll explain. So we're playing just the 1 Cupsy, 1 Lollipo, and 1 Cookie Way. These are the only synchros I'm playing now. So as far as the Yummy package and how I understand how it works in this deck, because again, this deck is mostly a Purrely deck, and we're using the Yummy cards kind of like how like Fiendsmith plays. It's kind of like the recursion. It gives you a lot of interruptions and things of that nature. It just recurs itself. So I cut the Arclight and the Metal Marcher is because like you don't really need those cards. And whenever you get like Drolled or Fua, well, Droll doesn't really matter because you can still technically make it. But whenever you get Fua'd, you typically don't make it. And yes, Arclight is very good versus the Draco Tail matchup. But if they're playing Super Poly, you still get 8 up anyway. And on top of that, if you get hit with Fua, which every single time I go against Draco Tail, I always get Fua. It's so stupid. You can't make Arclight anyway because you just give them too much advantage, and then they'll probably hit you with the Femina and just cook you anyway. So yeah, you just use these 3 synchros. That's all you really need, and yeah, that's it. Cards are broken. Going into the links, we're gonna go into the 1 Anima, and I know it's gonna look really crazy, but I'm also playing 1 Amaraj. I like this card a lot because it allows every single one of your hand traps that you draw, even cards like Fua, to be more as an extender or a push. So like, for example, like if I open like, I don't know, Fua plus like a quick play spell, I can go quick play spell, let's say in the draw phase, right? I summon Purrely, and then it gets imperm. I'm like, okay, cool. Then you just normal summon Fua, turn Fua into Amaraj, and then you go into Yummy combo. It's really, really cool. So that comes up sometimes as well. They both come up equally as much as you think they do. And there's a secret effect with this card. While if you want to play around like Ogre or, you know, cards of that nature or destruction, you can leave this card face up on the field and tribute itself to like protect yourself from like, you know, card effects and stuff. But there's also a secret effect in the graveyard, and it came up in a couple of grind games where I would like I think they banished my minions, and I actually set I think I set a hand trap. I think it was like Ogre or something. They beat over my Ogre, which triggered my Amaraj to come back out of the graveyard, since it was like a normal summon set card. And whenever a normal summon or set monster gets destroyed by battle, this comes out the graveyard. So the card I beat over it was Typhon. So I summoned this back out, and I normal summoned, I think it was like Droll, and went into like Cupsies and stuff like that. So don't forget about this graveyard effect. It's really important. It can come up, but it literally only came up once. So SP Little Knight, double Snatchy. Of course, we're still playing the double Snatchy. The third one never really comes up realistically in this deck. And it comes up even less now because of how I go for my combos now. So it's really good. And then my last card is SP or IP Masquerena. So the reason why I'm playing IP is because I want to respect Contact Scene. And since we're not locking ourselves into beasts, we don't need to play cross sheep. And this card is really, really cool. And now it's part of your inboard too now, which is really good. And again, we'll talk about that more once we get into like the combos and stuff. But yeah, this card is really, really good. I really like it a lot. And also protecting it from being destroyed by battle with the delicious is also very, very funny. So the IP becomes very sticky. Then going into the XYZs, of course we got the Purrely stuff. So 1 plump, 1 happiness, 1 beauty, 1 noir, and 1 noir. Again, sorry if the camera looks really blurry, guys. I'm trying to fix it. I'm not sure why it looks so like bad. And I'm trying a lot of different settings and stuff like that, but I'm not finding any weird solutions. So if you guys have any solutions, let me know, but I'm gonna keep messing around with it. So yeah, these cards are obviously mandatory. They all come up. And then the last one in my extra deck is actually Zeus. And funny enough, Zeus comes up a lot too. There's a really funny line where you can actually go into, like, this happens a lot when going second, right? If I'm just doing like this to focus on the yummy stuff. So if I happen to resolve my yummy combo and my opponent still has like a nice size board, I can go Lollipo to bring back my Cupsies, and then I go Cupsies into happiness, and then happiness can attack, giving me a lot of advantage. And then I go into like a Zeus, and then Zeus their board, and then main phase 2 go into like whatever I need to. Sometimes I set up a Noir, or I can go back into my yummy combo. But the fact that both of these can make a Zeus is actually hilarious as a note. But yeah, Zeus is really amazing, and I'm very happy that I'm playing it because it just makes breaking boards a lot easier. So that's good. So that's gonna be it for the deck list. I'm gonna go over this Cupsy combo really fast and just show you guys what it looks like now. So we're gonna normal summon Cupsy, and then of course our Cupsy is gonna search out our surprise, and then after that we're gonna link it off 1 for our Snatchy. And then Snatchy is going to place, and we have to place minions here because this is the 1 card combo. But if you have other extenders, you always go for minion to play better into nib, since you don't have the arc light anymore. So you'll use minion, bring back Cupsies, and then we're gonna synchro into our Cupsy. Cupsy effect is going to add our 2 remaining yummy monsters, which is going to be our Lollipo and our Cookie. And we're going to discard Lollipo. We're going to special summon Cookie, linking this off. And this is going to link off into our second Snatchy. And then we're going to synchro again, and we are going to synchro into Lollipo. Lollipo effect is going to activate. And it's actually really important that you never summon back Snatchy in this position. You can if you're going for SP, but if you're going for IP, you can't, because IP can't be used with link monsters. So what I like to do sometimes here is summoning these 2. So it looks like I'm going into an arc light, because people are not going to expect that you're not on arc light. So some people will just like nib here in fear of, you know, whatever. But here we're going to take these 2. And we're going to turn it into IP. And then we're just set this and we're passed. And this is typically our Cupsy 1 card combo now. Doesn't look like a lot, but I promise you this is a ton of interruptions. And of course you have all your names in rotation, which is really good. And then of course you have your surprise down here. So this is a really, really hard board to crack. The 1 card combo, if you're really scared of the nib here, like say for example, if you want to make this a little bit safer, you can just go into SP Lord Knight. And if they didn't nib you before, you go SP Lord Knight, and then you pass on this, and then they go like nib effect, you just chain IP or SP, and then banish these 2, nib stays in the hand, and then on end phase they just come back. And you still got to deal with like a lot of interruptions. I think this is obviously just 1 less interruption. But again, if you want to play really safe and you expect your opponent being on nib, then you can just go into SP Little Knight or whatever. But games 2 and 3, even though if they nib you like super early IP, like using the nib token and another monster, IP can come up that way as well, which is really strong. And of course, it's mainly for when they hit you with the contact C, which is really, really strong. So yeah, that's going to be our 1-card combo for Cupsy. And let me go ahead and showcase a test hand. I'm going to shuffle these cards up really fast. And yeah, so yeah, like I said, I scrapped the last 2 videos I was going to post on YouTube just because I just wanted more quality stuff. And since I'm more in the master rank, I'm probably going to use those replays to kind of show off different matchups and stuff like that. So I will definitely have that up sometime this week and just give you guys like a ton of matchups. So I'm going to try to give you guys different matchups. Like I'm going to do one Crystron, one Vanquish Soul. Even if I win or lose, it doesn't matter. If it's still a good replay, I definitely want to still showcase it off. So that's what I'm going to just do. And yeah, just trying to give you guys like all the different matchups and how I like side deck and all that fun stuff, you know. So yeah, look forward for that in the future. And like I said, I'm going to a regionals that's coming up Sunday. So hopefully I do well at the regionals. Hopefully I can top 8 with the deck. If I can win, that's also fantastic. So yeah. All right, let's go ahead and do a test hand real quick. Hopefully it's like interesting. And I'm already happy with this. Ash Blossom, Happy, and Veiler. So all right, cool. So in this particular hand, again, we're not trying to play around hand traps. The only hand trap I'm really thinking about is Nib here, but we're not gonna try to play around Fua in this video or anything like that, right? So here we're gonna start with our pretty memory in the draw phase, and I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna sequence this because I could discard the happiness and keep it like low to the ground here. But I think here I'm going to actually discard actually the Veiler here, since we already have access to a yummy monster. So we're going to discard the Veiler. We keep Ash just in case of Fua, but yeah, we're not going to worry about hand traps in this video. So here we're going to go into our draw phase. Purrely. The only way they can interact with this is obviously Ash. Ash is like very like laughable, but Imperm is like the only, I guess Purge too now since Purge is a thing, but purging Purrely here is weird. The only one that's like really scary here is Imperm. They can't Veiler in draw phase, and of course if they have Droll, obviously they can't Droll you here. So then you're going to use Purrely effect to search for my friend, and then we're going to have my friend here on the board here very shortly. So then we're going to activate my friend, but we're not going to use the effect yet. Because we're just not going to yet. And plus we have Happy Memory, just in case they have Ogre. You play around Ogre with this card, which is really, really good. So then next we're going to normal summon our Lollipop. And then we're going to immediately go into our Link 1 here. Into our Snatchy. And then we're going to use Snatchy's effect to activate our, in this position I actually might what do I want to do here? I'm gonna go for a Crookie here. We're gonna go for a Crookie because we can still get ourselves to the Cupsy way here if we need to, and we don't need to go into minions for any particular reason. So next, since we got that set up for nib protection, we're gonna go into my friend, and then my friend is gonna try to hit Delicious Memory in this position. We're gonna go for Sleepy on the side, and we're gonna go for the Delicious. Okay, and then we're gonna roll a die. So this is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we add our Delicious Memory. Then after that, we are going to activate Delicious Memory here, and we're going to actually pitch the Ash here. And then we're going to go into our beautiful Purrely. special summon a Purrely and Delicious in the grave. And fun fact, we're going to use Purrely effect and we're going to try to hit. Hopefully we hit. So 1, 2, and 3. No hit. That's okay. I think it makes test stands more exciting when we missed. So then after that, we're going to activate the effect of Purrely. We're going to upgrade our Purrely into a plump here. Plump in the fence. Then after that, we are going to synchro these two into our Cupsy, effect of Cupsy. And then we're going to go into Yummy, Cupsy, and let's just go into our Cookie, since we already have Lollipop in rotation here. Then we're going to special summon Cupsy. Cupsy is going to add our surprise. At this point, it's almost like no surprise, right? Then after that, we're going to take this. Put that there. Then we are going to continue with our line here. And then we're going to make our beautiful Lollipop. Lollipop is going to bring back 2 here. So we can bring back Cupsy. And let's bring back our Lollipop. And then we're going to take these 2. And then we're going to turn this into a SP or IP. Then after that, I'm going to do something really very crazy here. I'm going to actually burn my surprise here. This does play a little bit more into Nib, or not Nib, like Dark Ruler, but I just want to go ahead and hard make the Noir here. And since we already have a spell in Graveyard, we're going to go ahead and try to just make a Noir because it just makes our inboard a lot better. So I'm going to go surprise, and then I'm going to actually surprise back my Snatchy here. And then I'm going to activate Happiness or Happy Memory. And then we're going to actually attach it to our Plump. And we're going to actually use the effect. Believe it or not, we can discard our Yummy cards as like fodder for our Yummy or for our Purrely. Because when you summon this card, it does nothing. So you might as well go ahead and try to fish for more Purrely cards. So, because we're just using this as a synchro material for our link bodies, and we still have access to Cookie anyway, and we don't need to summon it anymore. So, yeah, we're just going to do that. And then we're going to go Purrely effect. And we still miss, which is completely fine. And yeah, and this is going to be our beautiful end board here. I'm sorry, not quite yet. We're going to use Plump effect to attach to, which we do have attached to here. And then now we're going to overlay all this. Just going to stack this up like that. And then we're going to make a 6-mat Noir. And yeah, this is going to be your basically your end board here. And it's really stupid and it's really hard to get over and it's annoying. So yeah, that's going to be it for that. We did activate Happiness, didn't we? We did activate Happiness in this combo, right? So yeah, so our Noir is big, is crap, really thick. Then we have this protected by card effects. And I don't think we activated Delicious, did we? We did activate Delicious. I don't know what we protected before, but it doesn't really matter here. I think we activated it after we made IP, so I don't think it mattered. But if we did activate it before we made the, or after we made the IP, then we can protect it with IP. Or if you want to protect this, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you decide you think is more important. You protect these by battle. You protect this by card effects. That's typically how I do it. Sometimes I do protect this by card effects, but it's like whatever. It's like the second, whatever you feel like you want to do, you can do it. But yeah, this is going to be the exact end board here. And yeah, that's going to be it for that. So yeah. If you guys have any questions, again, feel free to leave a comment down below. But yeah, that's going to be how I'm going to take this deck to the regionals, and hopefully I can do very well and cook up some games. All right, guys, have a great one. Peace.